Okay, to do this, we're gonna have to first download the data from by clicking this one, and then once you click it, you're gonna have all the data sets, raw data over here, and then you select this, double click this, again double click this. Your data is going to be like this when you first get it, and then click this corner button, double click this to make everything adequately wide, and then change this to raw data, and then you can click here and then Control Shift right arrow, Control Shift down arrow, and then make sure you don't include this total cell. So to exclude it, what you're going to do is just Control and then up arrow. Sorry, Control Shift right, Control Shift down, and then Shift up. It's not the Control. Keep holding the Shift and then up arrow, and that'll select everything. And then you are gonna go ahead and go to Insert, Pivot Table, and then like they said, if you want this data, like if this is a data where you're gonna be continually adding rows, then you should not mention this row, just a column should suffice. But for us, since this is a static data set, we're just going to keep them as is. And then we're going to be able to see all the columns on this side. And then I think you're familiar with these fours where we're going to put the filters, columns, rows, values. Make sure you play around with it, like see how things go. So maybe we're going to start with the first question. Let's see what it's asking us. It's saying, what state has the largest number of confirmed voters? Okay, so sounds like we're going to have to do something with the confirmed voters. So you take that value. You can either click on this one or just drag and drop it on the values. And it just shows you one number. But if you notice at the question, it says what state. So sounds like we're going to have to break this number down to state level. So to do that, you're going to come here, click, and then drag it into rows, and see how everything is basically sorted out into state level. But you'll notice that they're not sorted by numbers of highest value to the lowest value. To do that, what you're going to do is click, left click, and then right click, and going to sort largest to smallest. And that'll show you that California had the largest number of confirmed voters, basically. So your answer would be this one. And then to the next question, it gives you a little bit of instructions. Add age range to the columns area of the pivot and answer below questions, which is how many confirmed voters in California were above 65. So basically we're going to have to break this number down further down into age group. So you do this. Sorry, we're going to have to do the age range. See, if you put it onto the column, it then breaks it down to columns. But if you, let's say, put it on here, it's going to show you like this. So depending on what you want to achieve, or you could even put it on top of this, and then you will see that all the 18 to 14 numbers here, and then 25, and then again. So it depends on what you're looking for. But in our case, we want to see it side by side like this. And then the question was, how many confirmed voters in California were above 65 plus? So this is your answer right there. And you can see it's right here. Moving on to the question number 3, it says, now show the confirmed voters as a percentage of row total. So this one is shown into our chapter 5, I believe. I think it says it right here, but if you wanna, I'm gonna just quickly show you how to do that. So you right click on anywhere, doesn't matter where, and then go into show value as, and then you'll see there's a lot of options. Play around with them, see which one works for you, depending on what you're looking for. Like for example, if you do percentage column, and then it will show you the percentage in this way. So for example, almost 12% of the 18 to 24 group were from California, so on and so forth. But we were looking for, within the California, how many people were 65 plus. That was the question. What percentage of people were actually above 65% in California? So which means you're gonna have to do the percentage in terms of rows. So you go here, percent of total, and then you will see it's adding up to 100%. And the answer to the question is 21.56, because that's where California and 64 plus right there on that pivot table. So this is your answer. Moving on to the next question, which has to do with calculated columns, and then I'm going to show you quickly how you would do that. So it doesn't matter where you click on it as long as you're just in here, and then you're going to have to find pivot table analyze, and then field items and sets. Click on that, and then select calculated fields, and then name your fields to be, let's say, voter turnout. You can even say rate. And then they did give you the formula for it, confirmed voters over registered voters. So you could add this, and then that, and this, and then you could just click add, and you can see it added that column onto your list. It automatically, just puts it over here for some reason. We don't want that. We're gonna have to look at the question, see what it's asking. Which state had the highest voter turnout percentage of adults? 35 to 64. Now, there's two ways of answering this question. I'm going to show you how you would do from this setup, and then I'm going to show you a different way of doing this. So, first way is filtering option, using the filter option. So you could say that, and then you could take this age range over here, and that'll give you the filter option over here. And then you can do select multiples and 35, 60, these two options, because that will include this age group of 35 to 64. And then okay, so, and then you'll see this 100% number. We're gonna have to take that off, and we're gonna have to take the voter turnout rate, which you would put it onto the values. And then you'll see they will show up here, and then you'll see this is not like in a nice or more intuitive ways. You can go further down, number format, and go into, let's say, percentage, and then pick your decimal numbers. I just leave it at 2, and then again you can sort it, because you will see 91 is below like some of these numbers, so that will tell you that it's not sorted. And when you do that, you'll see that Wisconsin had the highest number of adults show up. And then we're gonna show you the second way of doing this. So we're gonna go in here, clear filter, and then we're gonna take this off, And then, so the other way is utilizing one of the columns that they already gave us, which is the age group. You can put this onto here, and then this will give you this view, or you could actually put it onto the filter as well, and then that'll let you, select just the this one, and then that'll show you the same answer. Or if you put it onto the column, and then you can find out, adults, basically it's already aggregated for you, and then you obviously have to sort it to figure that out, Wisconsin. But notice one thing is that youth is to the right, and young adults over here, seniors over here, adults over here. It's not very logical or intuitive. And if you are very picky or want to keep things neat, you can just click on any of these and then hover your mouse until you see this, and then you just simply move it, and then see how it moved, and then do the same thing for young adults, and then that way you can arrange your data in a logical fashion. This is just a quick tip, which I think this also goes over. All right, let's go on to the next question, and that's what it says right here, how to basically rearrange your columns in a logical format. And let's answer these questions. What state and age group has the lowest voter turnout percentage? And to answer this question, you can do it by doing sorting and some of the methods that I showed, but they want you to use the conditional formatting method. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can click like this, and then go all the way down using Control-Shift, lower down arrow, and then hold your Shift and then up arrow once to exclude the grand total. And then you go to the Home, Conditional Formatting, and I like the heat map. And then notice one thing here, you can either select the lowest number to be red and highest number to be green, or highest number to be red and lowest number to be green. And you can put some thought into it, because it helps people. People usually associate red with something that is bad and green with something that is good. So in our case, voter turnout, when it's lower, in a sense, it's not a very good thing compared to higher voter turnout. So that's why I decided to associate the red with the lower voter turnout rate. So select that one, and it will automatically create a heat map for you. And then they're saying which state and age group has the lowest voter turnout percentage. So you're looking for the reddest most cell, and then which is right here, and this one right there. Yeah, so which would be, this is the most reddest, or the reddest cell for you. So that's the answer that you will give, which is the West Virginia, and it's the youths. All right, that will conclude this section of the practice homeworks. Thanks for watching.